Welcome to Team Talk. I'm Craig Zimmerman, and with us today we've got the St. Clair girls basketball program, Coach Darren Petrikowski. We got Darcy Schneider, and we got Coach Eric Lohr, along with Gracie. I'm going to get it right. Gracie Picklehop, Sophia Russell. Got them all. So let's start off and talk about, we know that St. Clair girls basketball has been successful for many, many years.
Yes.
And you're sort of the face of it, right?
I don't know about that.
Okay. So you've been coaching girls varsity for a number of years, and you did boys before that?
This is my 6th year. I got 3 boys, and I helped with the JV program in the varsity for years before that. And, you know, I got in it because of the coaches that meant so much to me, you know, Tony Monty and Fred Shaw.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You know, I tell people, you know, I've done many different interviews, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, track, whatever, but you talk about like names like that, and you go up and down the district here from, say, Port Huron to Algonac, and you can name the legends, like a Tony Monty or a Fred Shaw.
Correct.
You know, like a Paul from Marysville. Paul, help me with the name.
Jackson.
Pardon?
Paul Jackson.
Paul Jackson,
Yep.
like a Paul Jackson.
El
DeMott over in Sandusky.
Yep.
And Bob Siskevich in football in Marine City. Ben Vidakevich.
Yep.
We could talk for hours about all these, but
Walt Braun.
Yep. I mean, educators and people that basically brought up, you know, good kids.
Yep.
Right? So you've got some girls here that are playing.
Yep.
You got high expectations girls, right?
I do.
Okay. Tell us a record last year.
Last year we were 17-6. We fell a little bit short in league play. Was runner-up to Roseville. That beat us twice. We made it to the district finals and got knocked off by Armada in a tough game. I lost by 4. Could have won either way. And they've been our nemesis the last 2 years. It's a very nice program that McDavid's got there, and I'm hoping we can
get over the hump on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Coach Darcy, tell me what's new with your program and what you got going on with JV.
It's my first year as head coach for JV. I took over for John Fitzmaurice, who is another legend in our program. He was with the JV program for quite a number of years. So I had the pleasure of working under him for 4 or 5 years. So it was nice to step into this role. So yeah, it's my first year as head coach, and excited to work with the JV girls.
How many girls on the team?
We have 11.
11?
Yep.
Okay,
So we have 4 returning sophomores and 7.
Fairly deep for a JV program,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay. And Eric, you come from a family of basketball, right?
Correct, yeah. Even it's a matter of, well, I started coaching when my daughter was 5th grade.
Okay.
So that was 2014. I started coaching girls. And then I think it was our senior year, they didn't have a coach. I said, hey, Darren, let's go do this. And I've been coaching there for about 6 years now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And so when you get into talking basketball at home, who gets the upper hand on that?
Always Coach Carey. She's been doing a lot of it more than I have, and she's pretty good at it. So.
And when we talk about that, some people watching may not know, but she coached at Wayne State, which is a pretty high level of basketball.
Yep, that is. But whenever we get a chance, we try to bring her in to help us out.
Yeah.
You know.
And so that's got to be interesting too, because we're talking in December. You don't see her a lot, I imagine, coming up for the next 90 days with schedules she must have.
No, I don't. No.
On the road.
On the road. Weekends gone for
traveling in buses to Indiana, Illinois,
to Michigan Tech, Northern Michigan, all the schools up there.
Have you made any of those trips?
Unfortunately, that's a long bus ride.
It's sort of like looking at minor league baseball, right? Long bus rides,
right?
At dark highways at night. I can't imagine in the middle of January what it's like to go to Michigan Tech.
Yeah. I kind of have to go because my son plays there too, so at Wayne State. So.
Okay, lots of miles in the car then.
Yeah.
Okay. These 2 ladies here, they've been here before. They've been here for other sports, so they're the experienced bunch here.
Yeah, they're very athletic girls.
So what positions are we playing this year?
I'm a guard, so just like a 2 or a 3 usually.
Okay.
I play point guard.
Okay. And how many seniors on the team besides you?
We have 5 seniors this year. Yep.
So you're senior laden.
Yep.
So this is your year.
Yeah.
So you're starting off. Have you had your first game yet?
No, it's tomorrow against East Point.
Okay.
Yep.
And so your schedule, I looked it up here. If we can get it open here. So you start off at East Point. You got Anchor Bay, which is another large school.
They were 11-0 last year, and return everybody. They're going to be one of the better teams in the state.
We talked about it just briefly, but we'll talk about it on camera, we'll call it, with the issue of, you're a school of how many, 700 and something?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so say 7.25-ish. And a lot of people don't know how that compares, but when you go to an Anchor Bay or you go to an East Point, an Anchor Bay is probably what, 1,800?
At least. Yeah.
Maybe more?
Yeah.
So when you're talking about a program, there is, I'm not going to say a 700 versus a 600 or 700 versus an 800.
Yeah.
You're in the same realm.
Yeah.
But when you get 700 to 1,800, you got a bigger pool to pick from.
Well, that's we have to share athletes.
Yeah.
All these girls are 3-sport athletes, 4-sport athletes. So they have the privilege of kind of working with them all year.
Yeah.
But I will say the coaches in St. Clair we work well together as far as sharing the girls and not overdoing it.
And I would expect in a school this size, you've got a lot of the girls are playing 3 sports.
They are.
And if they're not playing 3, they're for sure playing 2.
Yeah, and 2 AAU traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you obviously play your crosstown rivalry, with a Marysville.
Yeah, that's the Jim Weimer tournament.
Yep.
We kind of put together, me and Coach Ratchie at Marysville. We play Port Huron. Northern's involved with it. Marysville and us, and we've been doing that. I believe this is our 4th year.
Yeah, that's
Just
gotta
to
be
honor Jim Weimer.
fun. Oh yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
everybody knew Jim.
Another legend.
Yeah, another legend.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at that aspect, the time of period that Jim was there at the Times Herald and what he covered, right?
Yeah.
And he knew everybody's name. Ladies, this was before cell phones. This was when he had a yellow pad of paper, and
Correct.
If you needed information, you might send him a fax.
Yeah.
Ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Kinda, exactly.
Yeah.
But those types of things, gosh, the knowledge of those guys too,
Yeah.
of knowing everybody and what's going on in the
Yeah.
area was a great thing. We sort of missed that with regard to some of the coverage.
We do, and that as a kid, it was always exciting waking up on Saturday, want to get the paper and see your name,
if you
or
made
the
it.
athlete of the week, or
Yeah.
and get in recognition. Now we kind of lack that. Get stuck on sports. Does
Which
nice
is a good
job.
thing.
It
Dennis
has been
does a great job with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got Croslex, you got Warrenwood's Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Croslex, you're probably able to have a little bit of a competitive.
Well, it's not, going up with the BWAC,
Yeah.
it's always nice. It doesn't matter if it's 40 minutes. When you go to the city to up 19, it just feels like a different trip,
Yes. Yeah.
So,
I've often said, I don't care what anybody says. I think Marine City St. Clair ought to be in the BWAC.
yes.
Because look what happens when you play in Algonac. Look what happens when you play in Marine City or even a Port Huron.
Bigger crowds.
Bigger crowds.
People that you work with and know from the community. There's
Yeah.
a little bit of rivalry, yeah.
I mean, I did the Marine City game, the opening game last week. I'm at a loss of who it was. but it was-
Richmond, probably, right?
No, it was a MAC team.
Okay.
And there was probably,
Yeah.
14 people there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, you like a full gym, right?
Yeah.
You like the crowd. You like to get into it a little bit. A Port Huron game is going to be a great game because it's still across town-ish.
Correct.
Warren Fitzgerald, maybe not so much, but if they're good, doesn't matter how
And
many
they
people
have
are in the
been
gym.
good, Yeah.
Marine City, obviously a great crowd, and you want to get into that. Roseville's probably pretty good. Tend to
They
be-
won the league last year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lakeshore, Lance Cruise, probably pretty good programs because of their size.
Yep.
Lutheran Northwest, Warren
Well, they
Fitzgerald.
were the state runners up in D4 last year,
Okay.
so we kind of built the schedule knowing what I'm bringing back
Okay.
to play tougher opponents non-conference.
Okay. Then you got Marine City again, Roseville, Lakeshore, Chip Valley, another
Chip
big
Valley,
school.
another big school, yeah.
Yeah, Lance Cruise, Schwartz Creek,
Mm-hmm.
going up that home or away?
I believe that's away.
It's away.
Yeah.
So that's going to be your long bus ride for the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then districts in March. So before you know it, you'll be wrapped up into that.
Correct. Yeah.
And then now in high school basketball, will you bring up JV players at the end of the year? Does that happen?
If needed, I'd like to get them the experience of them, but I'm a big proponent if you're not going to get playing time. That's why you put great qualified people at that level to teach them and stuff like that. And I'm always a firm believer, playing time, you learn more than sitting and watching. And you got to trust who's, building them with a younger programs and stuff. And very confident in Darcy, and Coach Fitz did a wonderful
Yeah.
job when he was here.
So, since we don't have notes in front of us, do we want to go over the whole roster or not?
For sure, yeah.
Okay.
Because everyone, the great thing about this year that we're bringing back is we've got everybody on our team can play. And we're at that point of being, there for 6 years that, it's built into
Yeah.
having good girls, and they know what to expect from us in the program. So, we have Emma Becker, she's a senior. We have Anna Kehoe, she's another senior. And our other one that was a great athlete, I think she was softball player of the year in the MAC, was Maddie Treat, that sat out last year, but she's a heck of an athlete and will bring that competitive fire to us. She's a senior, and then also Sophie Russell and Gracie Picklop. And then we have a talented core of 5 juniors this year.
Okay.
That Sam Champion, Marissa Lambert. Then we've got some soccer players that, I love soccer players because they see the court, they have the stamina, they see the gaps and the lanes. It goes hand in hand with, the basketball thing. So that's Ella Gronenfeld, Chase Donaldson, and there's one more. Ella Kamarowski. And then we have one sophomore, another extremely talented 3-sport girl, and Malia Smith. She'll give quite a bit of minutes. And then for the first time, I got a freshman that plays competitive and plays travel ball, and we've always had great athletes in our school, but never that one that had the love of basketball. And Bria is
As a freshman?
Yeah, as a freshman, yeah. So for her to make, with everyone we're bringing back, she has some talent and will help us go to bed.
That's good. So, ladies, what tell us more about your season and what you're expecting.
I think we're just going to be a really fast team this year, like pushing the ball. And we have some really good shooters, too, so that will help.
We are primarily like a guard team.
Okay.
Like Gracie said, we have a ton of speed. A lot of just driving and a lot of driving and a lot of threes, honestly. So.
Who's the 3-point shooters?
Her.
Okay.
I'm a big three shooter.
We have a lot of 3-point shooters. We just need a lot of 3-point makers.
So, there you go. It's really simple.
with our soccer girls though, like they're so good at acceleration and like short bursts of speed, like they can just blow by anybody and just quick layups and easy layups and things like that.
So like at any given time on the floor, would you say you got 2 3-point shooters? 3?
For sure. The one thing that we try to do as a program, and, when I played and when we played, you kind of pigeonhole kids to, like, you're a center because you're 6'5".
Right.
The type of offense that I wanted to run and when we build a program is that you should be able to play all 5 and move. So we play a lot of 5-out and a lot of motion and stuff, and you better be able to play all 5 spots on the floor. Because that's, to be honest with you, that's what coaches and colleges want to see now.
Okay. Yeah.
So we kind of don't have really restrictions, Like when I played for Coach Monty, I had the red light. I couldn't shoot. I didn't get a shot.
The red light.
He's like, you just pass it to the
light.
shooters.
Isn't that usually the case that the best coaches typically come from a scenario like that?
Yeah.
The journeyman that learns the game from coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're shooting threes, not to ask for your game plan, but is there 2 or 3 or half a dozen plays to get her open?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Especially our blob plays. We have a couple that primarily our first option is a 3 off of it. And then most are we really work on a lot of driving and kicking, and we shoot at least probably 100 threes every practice.
Okay.
So.
Same with free throws?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, yes. Yes.
That's our thing. Is
That's
a ton
our
of free
thing.
throws
Yeah.
for sure.
We're probably district champions last year.
Okay.
We were 11 for 28 on free throws, and we
Okay.
practice them every day.
Yep.
And people always say, "Don't you practice free throws?" I'm like, "We do."
We do. Some days they
So a
go in,
bit
some days they
different.
don't.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So is there such a thing as a goal to say, we'd like our team to shoot X percent for the year? Or is that tough to do?
It's kind of tough, especially in the girls' game. We just, I think if you play good defense, we try to get more possessions than the other team, and then will work itself out. As far as, if we can rebound and just not turn over the ball and just get shots out. We're big at, it's better, let's get the ball up to the hoop before we turn it over, so again, we just try to maximize our possessions and,
Now,
take care of it. So.
do you ladies keep track of?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you keep track of your shooting percentage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. For like during practice, like each of us will go to a basket and shoot 10, and it's like the goal is to get over 70%, and then it's like you compare it to in-game, depending on how many times you go to the line, and just add up your percentage, see if you improved.
Okay. Same thing?
Yeah, I just kind of keep a mental note of it.
With the new gym we have now, we have huddle assists and stuff, so they do the numbers for you. If you send them a game film.
So you got video on?
We have
during
video
practice?
all the time. Correct.
Does it actually keep track?
It
of
can. Yeah, I haven't utilized it yet, but it definitely will. Yeah. So.
That's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Yeah.
Which that's something the coach, his wife would do.
Correct.
24/7 at Wayne State, right?
Correct.
I mean, because you get to that level, I'm sure that they've got more sophisticated stuff and
Plenty of people helping. Do
yeah,
it,
yeah, assistants of assistants of assistants, and
Correct.
and grad assistants and many different things like that.
Yeah.
Anything I didn't cover?
I don't believe so. Anything you guys? No. We just want the girls work just as hard as the boys, and I tell you one.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about it when the season. Before the interview started about when they change the program. The problem is like when the boys and girls play on the same season, they have to practice when we're playing and vice versa.
Right.
Like today we're going to be missing practice even though we got a game. We're going to watch film stuff so we can go support the boys. So some of our crowds ain't as big as we like, and we just want us, come out and watch us. We'll put on a good show. We promise.
Well, I would tell anybody that's watching this that you got to go see a girls' game in person because I think fundamentally it may even be better than the boys' game from a lot of aspects.
Yeah.
You're not seeing too many walks with 3-4 steps.
Correct.
A lot of the basics, that type of thing. And if you're shooting free throws 60%?
They better shoot better than that.
Okay, I was
Maybe a
going
little
to
bit.
give you a low number
Maybe
since
a
you
little
said yes.
better.
If not, they'll be track
So-
stars because we run crushers.
Okay. How about 3-point shoot? What kind of percentage you looking for?
I don't know exactly what my percentage was last year, but
Anything
probably
above
over
30.
Yeah.
around like 40. I would like to do
That's
half.
I don't watch it intently, but I was
If you
thinking.
can,
you
if
get
you
30.
can shoot 30%, that's a pretty good high
Yeah.
percentage, So.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for
100.
having me.
Yeah.
Tell your friends, your relatives, your grandparents, everybody that you can watch it on your phone, even
Yeah.
on CTV. Thank
Yeah.
you, and good luck with the season.
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much.
Okay.
Thank you.
CTV 6 Team Talk. Here we go. We'll wish them well, and we'll maybe have you back after the end of the season.
be great.
Tell us district champs,
That'd be
regional,
awesome.
we'll go further. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.